Conquer fam, what's going on? It's Coach Time Palms giving you guys a little tip leading up into the CrossFit Open and quarterfinals. We're about 23 weeks out, I believe. And something I wanted to talk about was the barbell specifically. I don't know if this was publicly said. I believe it was, but it was along the lines that in the opening quarterfinals, we're probably not going to be seeing one rep maxes from the barbell. We're going to be seeing more tests like we did in this past quarterfinals with the clean jerks of hitting, 10 reps at, I think it was 135.95, then 10 reps at 185, 125, 225, 155, and then ended at like 245 and 165 for max repetitions, right? And so that's really important, and we should be training for this because it's probably going to be really important that you do well in that workout. Now, a couple things to understand is that there's different types of barbell workouts that you need to understand. Some workouts are going to test your absolute strength, some are going to test your strength speed, and then some are going to test your speed strength. And they all have percentages of a 1 rep max load, and that's a big difference, right? So for absolute strength, you're looking at 70% plus of your 1 RM. Strength speed, you're going to be looking at somewhere between 40 to 70% of your 1 RM, and then we have speed strength, which is like 20 to 40% of your 1 RM. And they all are different types of workouts, and you all do better in one workout than the other. For those of you who are typically strength limited, you just need to get stronger first. But once you establish a baseline of strength, you then need to start working at being able to move a barbell fast and quickly for lots of reps within inside of these 3 percentages. So just to give you guys a quick example of how each of these could look, a test of absolute strength, it's not necessarily absolute strength, but kind of is a minute of max snatches at 225, 155, like a really pretty heavy load, right? That you have to move for a minute. How many reps can you get? Is it 1 or is it 6? If someone has the same 1 RM and someone is getting more repetitions than you, it's not because you're not strong enough. It's just because you're not as good at moving that weight for a period of time. And so that's what you want to be able to work on. Another example would be strength speed, okay? Somewhere between 40 to 70% of your 1 RM. And let's just use elite athletes as like our example. So someone who has a 315 snatch, doing 30 snatches at 185, 125 isn't really testing, that top end strength. It's more testing that strength speed endurance, right? So 30 snatches at 185, 125, the strongest athlete isn't necessarily going to win this workout. They have the best potential to, but if they're not resilient in this area, they're not going to be great. And then finally, we'd have something like speed, strength, endurance, where we'd see something like Randy, which is 75 snatches at 75 pounds and 55 pounds. We're definitely not going to necessarily see the strongest athlete win this workout. Once again, they have the potential to, but if they're not resilient at moving weight in this percentage, they're not going to. So find out which of these you're not as good in and then start working on it. And I'd start working on it now. We don't have a lot of time, and you once again first need to develop that baseline level of strength. But if you already have that baseline level of strength that's as good as the elites, you don't have to worry about getting stronger. You now have to start looking inside of these windows and getting better there. So I hope this tip helps you guys. If you have any questions, shoot me an email at tom@conquerathlete.com.